Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a good looking puzzle here. There's not a lot of rule sets here, although there are a few clues that we can see, but it just looked like a fun puzzle, and it's by a setter that I don't think I've done a puzzle from before, so let's just take a look at it and see what's going on. So it's called Origin of Symmetry. As you can see, there is some symmetry going on here. Is it a... I can't quite tell. It looks like it's a diagonal symmetry, but I could be wrong there. Anywho, it's by mellowrobinson, and let's just jump into rules, see what's going on. So it's normal Sudokus apply, so every row, column, and 3x3 box will contain the digits 1 through 9 once each. Then we've got digits on a pink line form a consecutive sequence in any order. So both of these pink lines are Renbans. It says consecutive sequence, so yes, they must be Renbans, because you can't have repetition in consecutive sequences. And we also have digits in a cage, somebody indicated total. So look at any of these. These two add up to 16, these to 5, these to 7, etc., etc. So anyway, those are the rules. I'm thinking too much here. I'm just trying to tell the rules without actually working out anything that's going on here. But anyway, let's jump into this puzzle. Link's going to be in the description below, as always, and let's get started on it, see what we can figure out from it. So there are some things that are fairly straightforward, i.e. a 16 cage must be 9-7, or 2-cell 16 cage must be 9-7. A 3-cell 7 must be 1-2-4. A 3-cell 24 must be 9-8-7. Now, this 15 is going to be reduced a little bit as to what it can be. We know it could be a 9-6 or an 8-7. Those are the only possibilities. So this is not 7-9, which means this is. And do we have anything further from there? The other thing is going to be thinking about is probably coloring with these 5 clues, because in a 2-cell 5, we know there's only 2 ways to make it. It's either a 1-4 or a 2-3. So we have this 5-cell is looking at this one, so these must be different versions. This one's looking at this one, so they're different versions. This one and this one see each other, so they're different versions, etc. Well, those are the only 5s. The 15s are probably going to be... Yeah, I think the 15s will work in the same way, because again, there's only 2 ways to make 15. So let's think about coloring. We're going to say this is a blue 5 and this is a yellow 5. Therefore, this is a blue 5 and a yellow 5 and a yellow 5. Now, the 15s, again, on the other hand, are going to be either the 9, 6, or the 7, 8. So we'll use a different color. Let's use purple and green to determine which ones are which. This will be green, this will be purple. Now, we have some groupings here. And what is this pointing at? Because we're going to have situations where we've got these blue 5s are looking into this. So obviously, these are from the 2 of these digits are from the blue 5. The 15s are looking in here. Now, we can't quite say the same thing about the 15 because the 16 is using one of those 2. So we know that 2 of these 4. I guess we know one of these is from the 15 and the other one is from the green 15. And then we're going to have another portion of 15, a purple portion, that's going to find its way into some of these as well. So we know if one of these is the 9 or the 7. The The finalization of the 15 is up here somewhere, of the green 15. So it would be the 6 or the 8. So we get some grouping of one of them being 6, 8 here, the other one being up here. And then we get the 7, 9 here. And the other 7, 9, is it being forced up here as well or not? Because the purple 15s aren't necessarily removed from this group. The other way to start thinking about it would be how our Renbans, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Renban lines. How long are these, by the way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're 8 cell long, so there's only 1 digit missing off of them. We know that all of the high digits are going to be on here, 6, 7s, 8s, and 9s. So these all have to be from the low digits. Can we, and the opposite will be true looking back at the 5s and this guy. This makes me want to change my coloring scheme, but I don't know that I really want to do that. But we don't really know which digit is missing from the low side. Oh, wait. Yeah, we can. We know. So, okay, yeah. So we know that's the best way to look at it. We know these are all from 6, 7s, 8s, and 9s. So we have a 9. So there cannot be a 1 on this Renban. Therefore, this is a 1. And we get the one of these being a 3. These are 2, 4. There has to be a 5 as well. So one of these also is a 5. So we have a 3-5 pair here is what we're talking about, because we're going to take out the 2, 4. So this is a 3-5 grouping. And again, these are from 6, 7s, 8s, and 9s. I'm going to put those in for the moment, and then we'll try to pare this down. Now, again, on the flip side, we've got all of the low digits, 1, 2, 3, and 4 on here, which means we're starting from 1 and going up to 8. There is no 9, so this is 9. These will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. We need a 5 and a 6 to fill out this grouping. Now, what does that get us? We have a couple of digits. Almost with this 9, 7. We know one of these is going to be a 9. Can we take that any further? Let's think about it. We're going to know that whichever grouping, this is kind of a sidebar, but whatever the grouping of the 5 is, whether it be 2, 3, or 1, 4, these are going to be the pair. So this would be this could be the 2, this could be the 3, and then a 2 and a 3 like that. If it's the 1, 4, it'd be, one of them is a 1, 4 like this, and a 4, 1 like that. Can we think further on 9s in any way? Don't quite know if we can there. And the 7 was, I was thinking about it earlier, it's interesting. It can't be in any of those, but it could be in these 3. I was hoping to be able to force the 7 and the 9, but That's not looking like the case. So how do we now differentiate between these groupings of digits? Again, the one, it might have a similar, not super useful. No, it probably doesn't because we don't have the 7, 9 here that creates the little bit of a worker for the 9. Okay. There's not too much reduction here. I mean, this being a 7 or 9. Can we use it? Because this is the only reduction we've been able to find so far. And I don't quite see was anything poking its head into here. Now, I guess we can say the other portion of 6 or 8 is here. Because if this is an 8, this is an 8-7 pair, and this is a 9-6. So one of these is the other 6-8, which means there's no 6-8s in any of these. But again, how do we use that information? So if we know, okay, if we know there's a 6-8 in one of these, there can't ever be a 6 or an 8 here. Is that accurate? Because whatever this version of 6-8, this is the other version of 6-8. I don't know that that was accurate. Maybe it's the opposite, actually. No, because I don't really know what it is. So let's say this was a 6. We would know the 8 is over here. And we would know that this guy is the 6-9 grouping, but this could still be the 6 or the 9. Okay. What am I not seeing here? One of these is green. We know that. We know this one is a purple. We think about these, because these can't be purple. These can't be purple. This isn't purple. This isn't purple. So these are 2 purples. Let's think about from this perspective. So we have 2 purples here. We have 2 purples here. None of these can be purples, but one of these will be to finalize whatever this is. And it must be the same value that this one is. Now, purple is either 6 or 8. Which means one of these is a 6 or an 8. But again, well, we don't know. Yeah, it's one of these 2 is. Can we do something similar from the other side? Because I don't see how we can figure out where the other purple here is. So if we were to think about yellow, per se, we would know... No, doing it the wrong way. None of these are yellow, so this is. None of these are yellow, but again, one of these would be. All of the blues and yellows are taken in this region. All of the purples and greens are taken in this region. Okay, that does get us to the 7-9, now that we can reduce this guy, because now none of these can be sent. So this is a 7-9 pair, which is what I thought might be the case. It still doesn't quite get us there. But what are these? They are 5, 6, and 8. If this is a 5, 6, 8, this must be a 3. This therefore must be a 5. Okay. Little bits of progress. That 5 means this is a 6, and therefore this is a 5. We get down to there. I'm waiting for one of these digits now to start breaking up what these groupings are. 5s and 6s. Well, we know none of these are 5s, so one of these two is going to be. Can't quite say the same for 6s here. What else do we get here? We need to have 1, 2, and 4. Be nice to be able to break those down. We can't quite do, well, this can't be, no, it can be, shoot. How does this interaction work? If this were a 1, 4, it would force this to be a 2. If it's a 2, 3, it could either be 1 or 4. Don't think that gets us exactly what we need. Okay. There must be another way to look at this then. As in, I start thinking about where does green go. One of these is green. This has to be the other green. None of these can be green, so one of these is. We know this is blue. We just don't know which other one is. If this is a green 7-9, this is a purple 7-9. And then these are 1 green, 1 purple. Hoping there's another way you can mess with 5s, but I don't quite see it yet. Let's continue to think about these coloring. So we know we have okay, this is a green-yellow grouping, which means this is a 5. The reason is because we have both yellows here, so none of these can be yellow. These can't be. This one obviously can't be, because it's blue. So we have one yellow, and one of these must also be yellow. So we get green, yellow. Now we have all coloring. The only thing that's not colored is 5, so 5 goes here. Can we continue that process here? We know one of these has to be a 5, and it can't be this one, so this is 5. Therefore, this is not blue, which means this one is the blue digit. We also know that none of these are 5s, so this is. Now, what can we do? We know one of these is a 5. None of these are 5, so one of these is. Okay. Let's continue our coloring. This has to be blue. This is the only thing left here. At some point, we will find the little break to separate these groupings. Now, one of these is blue. We don't know which one it is just yet. Let's think about this. Okay, that'll do it. We need a blue in this, another blue in this column. We have one here. These obviously can't be blue. This can't be blue. This can't be blue. And these can't be. This is blue. So we have our blue here. Now we have to put a blue in one of these. So it's one of these two. What about, we need to have, okay, where does the green, there's 2 greens in this column somewhere. They can't go in any of these. So where do they go? They go here. These are greens, which means this is yellow. Now, if we have all of our blues, all of our greens, and all of our purples, this must be yellow. This here has to be a blue-purple grouping. These can't be, the 2 purples are here, so this can't be purple. So this is blue. Get rid of that and put in purple. We now know our 2 blues are 2 purples. We need to fit in, well, let's go back up here, because maybe we're going to get a color that we can use at some point. So what are these columns? What's left? These are both purple, because we have all of our greens, blues, and yellows. So now we are left with 1 yellow and 2 greens. This is green by that logic, because no matter what, we have 2 greens. The yellow can't be the 6. This is green. Therefore, we know what our greens are now. Okay, so this is a 9-6 grouping, which forces this to be 8 and 7. That 7, we know this is also not 7, 8, so we can put our 6s and 9s. This is not 6, 9, or 7. It is 8. Therefore, this is 7. This is 7. This is 9. This is 7. Nope, not 7, sorry. 9, 6. This has to be 9 because it's part of... Wait, I just do that backwards? No, I didn't. This is 6 because 6 is green. 9, 6. This has to be 9 because it's part of the green. Therefore, this is the 7 because it goes up to 16. This is purple by that logic. This purple is 8, 7. There's a 7 here, so it's 8 and 7. This has to be 7 because it's purple. And do we have any further push there? These have to be 8 and 7. Do we have any other green? We know this, we know both of these are purple. I'll just continue to color them, even though it may not actually help us any further at this point, but so we know one of these is yellow. What else can we say? We're going to have to correlate yellow and blue back to one of these digits that are out here. One of these is green. The other one is purple. purple, so we'll put that in for the moment. Oh wait, these are both yellow. There we go. Oh, wait, no. Hold on. That's not necessarily true. Sorry, I almost jumped the gun there. We have 2 yellows and 1 blue in this grouping. Yeah, we can't quite determine that because it could still be a 3-2, which leaves the 1-4, or it could be a 1-4, which leaves a 3-2. Okay. Coloring. We've got to be able to figure out the rest of our coloring to sort this out. So what do we have left over? Any of these rows and columns that we can further. How about you? We need another yellow. We need another blue and a 5. So we have a yellow, blue 5 grouping. Don't quite know which one is which yet. 5s. No, we can't determine the 5s just yet. Okay. Let's look elsewhere for a second. Can we do anything with this? Not necessarily, because we need a 5, and we need 2 blues and either a purple or a green. Let's look maybe here and see if we can figure anything else out. We know we need another yellow, and we need 2 greens. This has to be yellow. This has to be blue by that case, because these are opposite from the 2 groupings. So this is blue, which forces this not to be blue. Now we don't know. We should really put a white flag there. We don't know if this is 5 or yellow at this stage. But we have our yellows, we have our blues, we have our purples. We need a 5 and 2 greens, which means this is green, because it can't be the 5, although the 5 is still a possibility in 2 spots, so we can't quite finish this off, it doesn't seem. And the green here doesn't necessarily give us a break in what the rest of this is. What about we go back to this column, though? We know one of these is yellow. We also know one of them is purple, so this is a yellow-purple, because the yellows and purples are all done up here, so none of these can be another yellow or purple, and we have one of each, so we need to put one of each. Okay. We need to be able to put what here? What's left over? We've got our 2 greens, we've got our 2 yellows, we need a blue. This has to be blue. Okay. We're making a little bit of progress. What can we do further with any of these other ones? Because something's going to break these out. Don't quite know what it is yet. We said this can't be blue, yellow, or purple. So it's either 5 or green. I should mark that just so that we have it. I'll leave it like that. It's not my favorite way to go about it, but what else? Where does the other blue go? That's a good question. It can't go up here because it would break this, so this is blue. Now we have to have a blue down here. And it is going to go with what? Don't quite know. What about, with this stuff, can we figure out which one of these is a 5? Because that would be very useful. So we need a green in one of these 2 to go with our 5. What else? There's got to be something else in here. We need... Okay, let's look here, this region here. It's, again, got to just find the one spot where there's something now given. We need a yellow in one of these two, and we also need a green. This can't be... I'm sorry, this can't be yellow, so this is. This must be green. If this is green, it is a 9. Just a little thing we can put in. We also can say, what about this now? We need a green, and we need a blue. So we get a green-blue grouping. We now have all of our blues. We've got an, okay, X-wing on... No, we don't really have an X-wing on greens. Sorry. Almost got too zealous there. This guy is done now. These are done. We've got to find the next place to look. One of these, again, is blue. The other two are yellow. This can't be blue, so it is a yellow. Okay, because we got two blues. We know there's two yellows, we don't know which one goes with this one. Okay, we need another blue. We said this, so it's down here. Need to mark these because it can't be here. We've got our yellow. Neither of these can be purple, can they? No, I guess they can. Shoot, I was hoping that would give it to us. We need to work out... Okay. No. I keep thinking I have something here, but I don't know that I do. Because we have to think about these in pairs, and we can't do just a base... Wow, my X-wings, my brain stopped working there for a second. So, is this one going to solve something here? I don't know that it does necessarily. Where is this? I feel like there's just another one row or column here that's going to give us something of some value. We know one of these is blue. I'm wondering if switching to dual coloring for each set would be beneficial. I feel like it would be. Because I think then we might be able to start seeing these X-wing patterns. The only problem with that is, well, let's do some more basic stuff. And see if it's just Sudoku's going to give us what we need. Because I think, yeah, we should be able to place the 7 here. This is 7. So this is purple. Therefore, we can get our yellow. Okay, that's a good thing here. Now, this cannot be yellow. There we go. We just had to finish this. We could probably finish the 8s, too. If I go back... What just happened? If we go back and look at them... Yeah, we know this is 8. We don't know which one of these two is 8s. We do know this is an 8, though. So we can give that a purple color. What I was saying, though, we wanted to know what this is. It's either yellow or blue. Well, now it can't be yellow because we worked that out. So this is blue, which means this isn't blue. It also tells us that blue is the one for grouping. So we can make all of our adjustments now. This is 2 because it has to be the yellow grouping. This is part of yellow because the yellow is now going to be the 2, 3. That there tells us this is 4. Good. Now this is 2. Let's get through all of this stuff and see if we can get it worked out. 1s, Let's get rid of all of the 1-4s in our yellowing and put in our 2-3s just to have them. 2-3 and 2-3. And this is a 1-4, so this is 1 and 4. These are all 1-4s, and I'll get rid of the 2-3s here. Good. Now, let's go back to how our Sudoku is going to help us out and see if it is. We know that one of these is a 1 now. One of those two, not great. 2 is yellow. One of these is the yellow. Well, not necessarily, because there's another yellow up here somewhere. Don't necessarily know which one it is. Okay, the 2 here, we just have to go back and look, and we'll get some things going, and we can start using our Renbans as well to hopefully remove options. Yes, because we can say the 2 here means this has to be a 3 and a 2, and a 3 and a 2, and that's going to give us 2 and 3. And we can say this is 3 and 2. And now we know that the 2, because we have a 3 here, one of these is the 2 yellow, and it's neither of these 2. So this gets rid of yellow and puts yellow here. This therefore is a 1, which is blue, which means this one here must be the green, and it is a 6 or a 9, which means it is 6. Okay, that 1 there is going to tell us about our 4s and 1s, so we'll go through on those. Good. And, okay, the 4s to finalize. We know this is a blue, and our 4s can't go anywhere, so this is a blue 4. That forces 5, which forces 5, and this must be 5, so it is not our green, which pushes green back to here, and we'll just keep filling this stuff in as we go. That now says this is 5 and not green, therefore this is, and green is the 6-9 pair, so this is the 6. That's therefore going to break up these finally. So this becomes our last green and our last purple in that row. And what are we left with up here? We need a yellow, and we need a green. So we have a 3-9 pairing up here. That doesn't seem to be, oh wait, the 6 here gives us 9 and 6. Still, it doesn't quite resolve that, but we're getting there now. This has to be from 6 or 9. This is from 6 or 9, and we have a 9, so this is 6. This is 9. That is going to work out what these are, and we can put our coloring in. Yellow is 3. This must be yellow, and it must be 3. This must be green. We get a do. This is green 6, which is going to break the 6-9 here. And all of our Renbans do appear to be done, so we should just fill out the rest of our coloring and then the last couple of digits. This is purple. It is 8. These 2, we have a green and we have a blue, and we know which ones are which. This is green 9. This is a blue 4. There we go. We got there in the end. It took a little while. I think getting to coloring was the key strategy here to start breaking out how these all work together. And then once we hit a roadblock on some of the coloring, the Sudoku came back in and picked it all up. So excellent puzzle. Origin of Symmetry by mellowrobinson. Really enjoyed that one. Hope you all did as well. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.